Where can you go and find the good and evil battle lines? Will you take a look in the holy book? It's a nefarious rainbow, nefarious rainbow. You take a look in the holy book. A nefarious rainbow, nefarious rainbow, nefarious rainbow. Nefarious was written and directed by the two people who did the God's Not Dead movies. One of those is subtitled We the People. Gee, I wonder what they, have as far as views, as far as politics and religion and stuff like that. Okay, let's get into the actual meat of the matter. Sean Patrick Flanery, who played Powder, no, really, the same guy that played the washed out white individual in a movie directed by Victor Salva, who got away with things. On the set of Clown House that some people in this movie probably agreed with him doing, if you know what I mean. He wasn't a drag queen. Yeah, this is going to get a little bit goddamn vicious because I really don't care if I piss anybody off by doing this review. I paid my money to watch this. I did not pirate this. I decided to hell with it. Let me give it a shot. I didn't know anything about this movie outside of the trailer. I heard whispers that it really wasn't all that horrifying, except horrifying that it got made. I definitely agree with that. You have Sean Patrick Flanery, who is Edward, but also Nefarious. He is a man that has murdered a whole bunch of people. He is going to be executed, and on the day of his execution, Dr. James Martin, played by Jordan Belfi, who had bats in his goddamn Belfi, if you know what I mean, is there to determine, is he insane or can he be executed? He has to determine this by talking to him endlessly for seemingly ever. This movie is 97 minutes long from opening credits to closing credits and feels like it drags on for goddamn ever. I have been in Pentecostal churches that have been less preachy than this. A guy that got literally in my face and threatened violence against me if I didn't go along with everything that was going on in that bullshit. Oh boy. That bullshit sermon and all that stuff. If you can't tell, I'm not really that much of a religious person, but I have to be religious to enjoy a movie that has certain, ideology and certain themes about it. As long as the movie's well made, it's not. This movie literally takes a holy book like this, which this is a family heirloom. That is why it is in this house, even though I'm not religious, and takes it and hits you over the head. Glenn Beck's in this. Yeah, Glenn Beck, that noted piece of shit. Read up on him. This movie just involves Edward / Nefarious, Sean Patrick Flanery, and Dr. James Martin talking in a room for about 80% of the movie. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Doing a one-location shoot, that's cool. You can do that if you have something to work with. They don't. From the very beginning, I'm like, okay, this might not be maybe all bad, and within the first 15 minutes, I'm like, oh, this writing is shit. I mean, this writing is goddamn dog shit. And I'll say goddamn, and I'll say Jesus fucking Christ, this thing's terrible, because any religious people that get upset at this, too bad. I have the platform, and oh yeah, I paid money to watch this, so I got a right to say something. It's a bad movie. It's badly written, badly acted. I'm sorry, Sean Patrick Flanery has been in better stuff. Jordan Belfi has been in better stuff. Regardless of how they actually feel about shit, this was just horribly acted, horribly done, and all the flowery language and all the twists and turns and all that stuff, it's not shocking. None of it is shocking. None of this is shocking. It's just shocking that it got made, that this movie made about $5 million in a limited release. And I almost went and watched this in theaters, and had I probably would have walked the fuck out because it is just that goddamn awful. So, basically the deal with Edward / Nefarious is he tells Dr. Martin, you are going to kill 3 people before you walk out of here. And then from there we get discussions, and certain things are revealed about James and Edward Nefarious is this, and talky spiritual bullshit. All religion is bullshit, by the way. I do want to say that right there. You can believe it all you want, but I really don't give a shit, because this kind of heavy-handed crap just makes me laugh. Like, this is the stuff they think is going to convert people or make people see the vision. No. No, it's not. This is really, really bad. It's not even a good psychological drama. It's not even psychologically damaging, except the filmmakers that want to try to make shit, they need to go far away from this vision and actually try to make something halfway good. Yeah. He'll have you thinking you're the killer, is what the warden tells Dr. Martin. This movie is just really, I'm sorry, apocalyptically bad. Ironic, given the nature of the subject matter. And while I could understand a certain, idea bubbling up in it, it just ended up being trash. It was just total goddamn trash. That being said, Rant on Amazon if you want. Maybe you'll feel differently. I don't really care. You can feel however you want. It's your life, not mine. You can disagree with me on this stuff and feel that I'm being too goddamn cynical about too many goddamn Christians, Catholics, and all the bullshit people that seem to not want to pull their heads out of their asses and not be preachy about stuff. But that being said, the movie, even if you strip that away, is not horrifying, except that it got made. It's not even halfway decent. It's not well acted. It's not well paced. It's not well shot. There are very, very amateurish camera cuts and everything. And this movie couldn't have cost more than maybe $1 million to make, and half of that was probably, God's money, the tax-free bullshit like the churches have. But let's just get away from that. As a movie, it's terrible. It is really, really goddamn terrible. So let's get into spoilers. It's on Amazon if you want to rent it for a few bucks. Why the hell not? You could laugh at it like I fucking did. 3, 2, 1, spoilers. Okay, so it turns out James has a few things about his life. He helped his mother basically, pass on because she was very, very sick and terminal, and inherited $3.6 million. This is revealed, and also his girlfriend is going to have an abortion because he is not sure that he wants to be a father. However you feel about that stuff, whatever. I mean, that's your business, but personally, it's a woman's right to choose. That's all I'm going to say right there. If you have a problem with a woman having a right to choose, fuck you. The acting shit, the dialogue is shit. Nothing about it feels organic. It just feels like a sermon that's just hitting you over the head, and we know all sermons, like all religion, just complete bullshit. This is laughable is what I wrote down. And then all this talk of the God, the devil, free will, yada yada yada. Humans overtook this, and now humans are going to be infected by this evil and Nefarious once, or Nefarium, Emporium, Imaginarium, Emporium. That was a much, much better song by, that was Storytime by Nightwish, but nevertheless. Basically, those are the two lives that he took. And then he finally decides, okay, I can't declare him insane. You're going to die because you tried to kill me. He tried to kill him with a chain and everything, and said, yeah, you're going to be executed. But Edward is so upset, and he's like, oh no, why would you do this? And Nefarious made a couple times, like, James, you should accept my deal to accept me, and then this would work. It didn't work for God because he was a carpenter, but you're no carpenter. Ha 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 ha. And then he gets executed, and then James gets possessed briefly and tries to off himself, but the bullet did not come out of the gun 3 times, and then there you go. So then a year later, he has written the book, and he's talking to Glenn Beck. So pretty much his life is just totally goddamn shit. He's talking to Glenn fucking Beck. Yeah, there you go. Nefarious gets an F. Nefarious is one of the worst movies of this decade. Easily. Absolutely goddamn easily. I've seen indie horror that is absolute trash, that is amateurish, but at least they were trying to make something. This was just, hey, we're losing a goddamn battle because people are actually realizing that a lot of the religious ideological stuff is crap and nobody really believes it except brain parasite possessing idiots. So let's just do something like this and market it as a horror movie. And we'll get suckers to watch it. Wait, I'm a sucker. Oh no, they got me. Whatever. It's just money. I don't fucking care. I hope these guys never make another goddamn movie, though, because they have proven that they don't actually know how to make a movie. And if I ever met either of these two, I'd say, you guys are terrible directors and writers. How dare you do this to Hollywood? How dare you do this to filmmaking? You pieces of shit. Anyway, F, agree, disagree what I said, like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.